Let's start by understanding the context. Adam and Eve had been given only one command: do not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But Satan, in the form of a serpent, tempted them, and they fell. Sin always promises more than it can deliver. The serpent told Eve she would be like God, but instead of gaining freedom, she gained shame. Instead of life, they brought death. And that's the same with us today. We seek satisfaction in the wrong places. Money, relationships, power, addictions, approval from others, but all those things leave us empty. Romans 6:23 tells us plainly, the wages of sin is death. But God, He didn't leave humanity hopeless. Even while pronouncing judgment on the serpent, He gave a promise of hope. And that's in Genesis 3:15. Now let's talk about the seed of the woman. Notice carefully what God says. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. Normally the Bible speaks of the seed of man, but here it speaks of the seed of the woman. This is an early reference to the virgin birth. Jesus Christ would not come from the seed of man, but conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of a virgin. God was already pointing toward His Son. The serpent would attack the seed, you will bruise his heel, and this points to Jesus' suffering and His death on the cross. But the promise continues. He shall bruise your head. That's a death blow. That's total victory. At the cross, Satan struck Jesus' heel, but through that very act, Jesus crushed Satan's head. Colossians 2:15 tells us that through the cross, Christ disarmed the powers and the authorities and made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them.